Imagine this. A developer copies and pastes a block of code generated by an AI assistant, thinking it's secure, only to discover later that the code contains vulnerabilities, hidden backdoors, ready to be exploited. It's not some far-off nightmare. It's happening right now. Hi and welcome to your own channel 5 Minutes Tech Guru. I'm your host Abhishek, and here we discover together all the game-changing tech of today which is shaping a better tomorrow. And we do all of that in just under 5 minutes. So let's kick on. In today's episode, we are talking about something called CodeBreaker. It's a new technique used by bad actors to poison the training data of large language models or LLMs, like the ones used by AI coding assistants. That means the very tools developers rely on to write secure code could actually be generating code that's vulnerable. Yeah, you heard that right. So how does it happen? It involves inserting malicious yet undetectable code samples into LLMs. It's like sneaking a poison pill into a glass of water. It looks normal, but it isn't. This CodeBreaker method refines earlier techniques like Trojan puzzle or covert by creating malicious code that passes through static analysis security tools undetected. The result? A backdoor that hackers can use to exploit your system. Now let's rewind a bit and understand how we got here. Developers have been embracing AI-powered coding assistants because they save time, they automate the mundane. But there is a problem. If the data used to train these AIs is poisoned, like using bad code samples from the internet, it will start suggesting insecure code, and you wouldn't even know it. Researchers from several universities like University of Connecticut have already flagged this out. Out of 2,500 C++ code samples, 69 had vulnerabilities. Even worse, these flawed pieces of code ended up in over 2,800 public projects. So how do we prevent this? First off, developers can't just trust the code AI spits out. We have to take a critical approach. Don't just copy and paste. Review everything. Check not just for functionality, but for security flaws. And here is another key takeaway. Training developers and engineers in prompt engineering could help them generate more secure code suggestions. It's all about asking the right questions. Companies need to vet their training datasets better too. No more relying on popularity metrics like GitHub stars, because as we now know, even those can be manipulated. Better data selection will go a long way in improving the security of AI-generated code. But let's be real. The risk is real and growing. If we are not careful, developers may eventually trust these AI-generated code suggestions without questions, leading to what researchers called dialogue fatigue. Over time, security checks may get overlooked, and that's where vulnerabilities creep in. So here is the bottom line, tech enthusiasts. Always scrutinize AI-generated code like your project depends on it, because it just might. And make sure there is a solid code review process, including humans and security tools, before you send anything into production. And that's it for today's episode of 5 Minutes Tech Guru. AI is changing the game, but it's up to us to play it smart. If you found this insightful, hit that like button and share it with your team. And don't forget to subscribe for more tech insights shaping tomorrow. This is Abhishek signing off. I'll see you next Thursday. Until then, peace and joy.